Intrapersonal communication is communication with oneself. In some cases this manifests externally, like when engaged in a monologue, taking notes, highlighting a passage, and writing a diary or a shopping list. But many forms of intrapersonal communication happen internally in the form of inner dialogue, like when thinking about something or daydreaming. Intrapersonal communication serves various functions. As a form of inner dialogue, it is usually triggered by external events. It may happen in the form of articulating a phrase before expressing it externally. Other forms are to make plans for the future and to attempt to process emotions in order to calm oneself down in stressful situations. It can help regulate one's own mental activity and outward behavior, as well as internalize cultural norms and ways of thinking. External forms of intrapersonal communication can aid one's memory. This happens, for example, when making a shopping list. Another use is to unravel difficult problems, as when solving a complex mathematical equation line by line. New knowledge can also be internalized this way, like when repeating new vocabulary to oneself. Because of these functions, intrapersonal communication can be understood as an exceptionally powerful and pervasive tool for thinking, based on its role in self-regulation. Some theorists have suggested that intrapersonal communication is more basic than interpersonal communication. This is based on the observation that young children sometimes use egocentric speech while playing, in an attempt to direct their own behavior. On this view, interpersonal communication only develops later when the child moves from their early egocentric perspective to a more social perspective. Other theorists contend that interpersonal communication is more basic. They explain this by arguing that language is used first by parents to regulate what their child does. Once the child has learned this, it can apply the same technique on itself to get more control over its own behavior.